SmackDown Live came to us from Anaheim, California this week. It was 2 nights after the Elimination Chamber, obviously this past Sunday, when Bray Wyatt won his first WWE Championship. Tonight, we were promised a rematch, John Cena, one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. That was lined up to be a great match. I think it was quite clear, had we had that match, that John Cena wasn't going to win. They weren't going to give him his championship, his 17th championship win on SmackDown Live. That was never going to happen. So it wasn't an amazing match to look forward to, but they were still going to put on a show, I would have imagined. Going into the match, obviously going into the SmackDown Live, we were obviously looking forward to seeing what the era of Wyatt was going to be all about. That kind of aura that we know Bray Wyatt has, what he was going to bring to the WWE Championship, and what kind of character he was going to give it. As well as that, Naomi also winning her first WWE Women's Championship. I was looking forward to seeing if she could impress me. I said in my Elimination Chamber review that I weren't sure she deserved her championship right now. I believe she needed more of a character development around the championship and around Alexa Bliss in order to kind of dig down. I think she should have won it at WrestleMania in Orlando as opposed to take it into it. But nevertheless, she won it at Elimination Chamber, and I was looking forward to seeing if she could impress me with her mic skills with her first promo as the champion and really seeing what she could do and if she could really bite her teeth down into her role. Other than that, SmackDown was a blank card. We didn't know what was going into it. A lot of questions asking what was happening with Randy and Wyatt, what was happening with maybe Dean and Baron Corbin, what was developing there. And it was a good show to look forward to. So let's get into it. Straight off the bat, we were introduced with Bray Wyatt, the new WWE champion, coming down to the ring, and that title looks absolutely beautiful around Bray Wyatt's waist. I'm sure you agree. With the lantern coming down to the ring as always, shining the light on the WWE Championship. He was carrying it quite lower than usual, obviously to show off the WWE Championship. Damn right. He gets into the ring, goes a classic Bray Wyatt promo, as if it's straight out of the Bible, as always. Gets interrupted by none other than the 16-time world champion, John Cena himself, comes down to the ring. Again, goes a classic John Cena promo, talks about respect, talks about earning what you have around here. Obviously, as we know, always the John Cena way. Gets interrupted by AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes down to the ring and correctly states that he deserves a rematch, not John Cena, or at least he deserves his rematch first. Obviously, he never got his rematch against John Cena when John Cena beat him at the Royal Rumble. So we have the three of them in the ring. AJ Styles deserves a rematch. John Cena deserves a rematch. Bray Wyatt's the new champion. What's going to happen? Obviously, who can make the decision other than Daniel Bryan? He comes out to the ring, comes out to the top of the ramp, should I say, and announces that tonight, live on SmackDown, we were going to get a triple threat match between AJ Styles, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Now, this was more interesting to me than the singles match. It was a lot more to look forward to. Like I said, I was pretty confident that John Cena wasn't going to win it. Overall, I was confident that Bray Wyatt was going to retain. I can't imagine taking it off him after 2 days, especially when everyone wanted him to get so much. And with the kind of angle that's rumoured for AJ Styles, it made sense that Bray Wyatt was going to win. Now, that being said, I wasn't sure how they were going to play it out or if they could pull it off, simply being because we're so used to seeing Bray Wyatt lose in the big matches and not get the job done. We know he deserves it, but I was worried they were going to all of a sudden have him just going out there, beating John Cena, beating AJ Styles, beating everyone, beating the entire roster, and it was going to be a little bit odd to see Bray Wyatt all of a sudden dominating the entire roster when he's been losing for so long. So I was worried that they were going to skip that kind of grace period where they kind of develop him into a winner and just have him just start beating everyone straight away. But we're going to see what they're going to do. Obviously, like I said, it was going to be very interesting to see. So yeah, we had a triple threat match set for SmackDown Live main event. Next up, we had a tag match. American Alpha obviously retaining the Turmoil match at Elimination Chamber, going up against the Ascension. Now, what I liked about this match is that it was against the Ascension. I love how SmackDown Live, they talk about land of opportunity, and it kind of is in that sense because they really managed to make everyone shine. Obviously, Ascension, back on Raw before the brand split, were down now. They're one of the tag teams that never got airtime, and they never really looked like they were going to get anywhere. All of a sudden on SmackDown Live, even though still looks like they're not going to get anywhere, don't get me wrong, but they're getting time on SmackDown Live against the tag champs, and they're putting in a good performance. This match wasn't by any means bad. It was an okay match. And obviously American Alpha getting the pin, but it was back and forth the whole way. There were times when Ascension had the upper hand. They didn't look like a poor team in any way, shape, or form in this match. They looked like they could be contenders had we not had the history of them on Raw and on SmackDown as well. So it was nice to see, and it's nice to see how SmackDown kind of fit all the kind of players all into the picture. It's like they did with the Alexa Bliss when she first came to SmackDown. She was possibly considered the kind of weak link of the division. All of a sudden, they gave her opportunity, they gave her the title, and look how she's developed. And I love that's what SmackDown do. Like I said, American Alpha picking up the win. Usos appear on the screen. That's a rivalry we all expected going into WrestleMania. American Alpha versus the Usos. They cut a little bit of a promo, classic Usos, the new heel character showing that off in style, and that was it. We left it there with the tag teams. Them appearing on the screen. We didn't get any action between the two, but that's what we like to see. Don't develop it too fast, and we'll see where that goes next week. We then got a little segment backstage with Ambrose, obviously roaming the arena looking for Baron Corbin. Understandably, he beat him to a pulp and essentially got him eliminated from the Elimination Chamber on Sunday. It was storming around the arena. Bumps into none other than James Ellsworth and Carmella. Has a little bit of tiff between them. Carmella telling Dean Ambrose that it looked like a petrol station attendant. Loved that. One of the best insults I've seen against Dean Ambrose. And so true. But a little bit of thing between them. Carmella tells James Ellsworth to stand up to Dean Ambrose and defend her honour. James Ellsworth unwillingly does this. Daniel Bryan comes along and makes a match between the two, which is great, I suppose. I'm down to see James Ellsworth get his head kicked in any day of the week. So here it is. Ellsworth comes out to the ring. Dean Ambrose's music hits, and then he doesn't appear for a couple of minutes, and then Baron Corbin drags him out of the back, looking like he's just beat the hell out of him. Drags him over to the side of the ramp. They start brawling. Corbin hits the deep six through a table. The sparks fly. Great moment to see. It was fun to see. Develop that feud. It's definitely going to be a 100% feud going forward, and it's going to be nice to see these two going at it, possibly for the I'd imagine for the Intercontinental title. I wouldn't mind seeing Corbin win the title. I think he deserves a title run, if not a title himself, around his waist. I'm getting a bit sick of them introducing him as the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale winner. That's getting a bit old. He needs something else, and the Intercontinental title might just be that something else for him to build his character around. We then had Daniel Bryan, obviously in the middle of Nikki Bella and Natalya. Obviously those two still going at each other. They just can't get heads or tails. Just keep going at each other 24/7. Daniel Bryan announcing next week a Falls Count Anywhere match between the two. I'm happy to see that. I love the fact that SmackDown Live again is setting up its next week's show. It's constantly doing that. It's constantly giving us something to look forward to the next week. And this is one of those things, a Falls Count Anywhere match. Absolutely fantastic scene by Daniel Bryan. It's going to be fun to see what these two can do with some Elimination Chamber, put on a great match. It's going to be fun to see what they can do with that stipulation next week on SmackDown Live. Following on from this, we got an Elimination Chamber rematch, Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. Now, I thought this match was better than their Elimination Chamber match. I thought it told a much better story. I thought it ended much better. This match was a lot more back and forth. I thought their Elimination Chamber match was very one-sided in Mickie James's favour, which I didn't quite understand, because then Becky Lynch just got the pin out of nowhere, and it was a bit like, don't quite understand what story you're telling there in terms of these two characters that we already kind of know. This match did the complete opposite. It was back and forth the whole way. Bit of confusion near the start with the ref. He kind of got in the middle of the two and kind of stopped them from fighting, even though neither was on the ropes. No one was breaking any rules. He was just in the way. It was a little bit messy. I'm not sure what was going on there. But yeah, the match continued. Again, like I said, back and forth the whole way. Near the end, Mickie James going down, pretending she had an injury in her arm. The referee going over to make sure it was okay, keeping Becky Lynch away. All of a sudden, Mickie James turns around, hits the kick to Becky Lynch, gets to 1, 2, 3 in heel fashion, in Mickie James fashion, like I thought should have an Elimination Chamber. And it's developed it a lot more. It's given us a lot more to look forward to. There's clearly something more to happen between these two. And after Elimination Chamber, we weren't sure where it was going to go. Now we know where it should. Now we know where it's kind of going, down the heel, the face, the kind of cheating to get the win sort of thing. And it's given us a lot more of an ending that we kind of needed to this match in particular than Elimination Chamber did. The new WWE Women's Champion then comes down to the ring, Naomi, interviewed by, I believe it was Renee Young, I think. Yeah, Renee Young. And like I said at the start, I was looking forward to see what she could do on the mic. If it was kind of that average, cliched kind of promo cut, and it kind of was. I felt she didn't bring much unique character to it. I'm not a fan of the whole Feel the Glow thing. I feel like it's quite a poor gimmick, I think. But the crowd seem to love her. The crowd is chanting, "You deserve it." Fair enough. We'll see where she goes. Alexa Bliss comes out, in my opinion, destroys her on the mic. Alexa Bliss's character is so authentic, you feel, kind of like we used to see with CM Punk. She really brings that authentic hatred to her character when she's speaking to her opponents. Naomi didn't say anything, didn't come back with anything really, other than this Feel the Glow stuff. And I feel that kind of confrontation made Naomi look rather weak, and not in a good way, not in a character way, just in a performer way. Although I liked it because I love Alexa Bliss, I didn't like it because they've made their champion look rather weak performance-wise. The feud, I'm assuming, will go to WrestleMania, where there'll be more women superstars involved. I don't know. But unless Naomi can bring something else and develop that character, and especially bring something else to the mic, I can't see having the title for long, unfortunately. Whether they'll make her lose it at WrestleMania in her hometown, I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. We, of course, then had the main event, the triple threat match between AJ Styles, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship. Like I said, a match I was looking forward to a lot. Love the triple threat stipulation. Looking forward to seeing what these guys could do. Bray Wyatt comes down to the ring last. As the lights go out, Luke Harper stood there. Like this, and I didn't like it at the same time, simply because Luke Harper got the loss against Randy Orton. There was no development there. It was just kind of like Luke Harper saying, "Lost to Randy Orton, screw it, I'm going to go beat up Bray. Why not?" Didn't quite get it. I thought if Luke Harper was going to have that kind of attack, it should have been in the Elimination Chamber. But nevertheless, goes an attack against Bray Wyatt, gets a super kick. Love it when Luke Harper hits a super kick. He's brilliant at doing it. So Bray Wyatt was off to a bad start straight away in a match I couldn't see him being strong in anyway. Like I said, you've seen him lose. Now he's off to a bad start as well. I weren't sure how they were going to build this match into making Bray Wyatt a believable winner. But you know what? They did. The match was incredible. A classic triple threat match. We had kind of one-on-ones throughout the whole thing. Cena versus AJ, Bray versus Cena, Bray versus AJ. And it was great to see. There was a couple of great spots. AJ putting Bray through the table, first with the splash and then with the leg drop. We had Cena reversing the calf crusher into the STFU, with Bray breaking that up. Fans chanting, "This is awesome," and it was. Again, AJ goes for the phenomenal forearm. Cena interrupts him on the ropes. He goes to the outside. Cena goes into the Sister Abigail. One of the things I didn't like about this match was how many times finishes got kicked out of left, right, and centre. It's kind of graining on me how useless the attitude adjustment is. When was the last time a superstar got pinned with this move first time? Oh wait, it was The Miz at the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, but AJ Styles kicks out of it about 8 times. Bray Wyatt kicks out of it about 40 times. Because apparently it's a useless move unless you're fighting against, apparently, a poor Miz. You know what? I'm going to forget about that. Let's not talk about that because I will get annoyed. Anyway, everyone's kicking out of all the finishing moves. The Stars Clash gets kicked out of. Like I said, the A gets kicked out of. Eventually, Bray hits Sister Abigail, gets the pin. It did feel believable. They did a good job in building Bray Wyatt into a believable winner. And I thought it was going to end there. I was worried we weren't going to get development with Randy, but we did at the end. Randy comes out and then gets into the ring, gets the microphone, and the audience went dead. There was silence in that building, waiting to see what Randy Orton was going to say. What does he say? He says he's not willing to fight Bray Wyatt in the main event at WrestleMania, as long as Bray Wyatt is the master and Randy Orton is the servant. Now, that's a huge announcement. However, I fully believe we are still going to get Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I don't believe for a second that is not the WrestleMania main event. Obviously, if you watch Talking Smack, you'll see that Daniel Bryan announced a Battle Royale next week to determine the number one contender. Whether Randy Orton's word in the ring will completely eliminate him from the picture altogether, and now he doesn't have a shot at all, I don't know how they're going to play that. But it was interesting to see. It was a different take. It was something I thought was great. Like I said on the Elimination Chamber review, I definitely thought they should have kept these two together for a little bit more down the road, not broken up straight away. And it was a great. It was a great angle to see. It was a great kind of storytelling. Is Randy Orton kind of playing? Is he kind of? Because I believe Randy Orton is 100% title orientated. He wants that title now. I don't believe his loyalty to Wyatt oversees that. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, that was SmackDown this week. That's where it ended. I love the show. I thought it edged out Raw this week. I say edged out. I thought it beat Raw by quite a way. They used the 2 hours beautifully. They developed all the stories we needed them to develop. We even saw a kind of an interview with Ziggler to kind of develop that kind of story. We saw pretty much everything develop on this episode of SmackDown, and nothing felt pointless. As with Raw, a lot of the bits feel like they weren't necessarily needed. This, it felt like every single element was needed and was warranted, which is great about SmackDown, is what I love about SmackDown Live. So yeah, beat Raw this week, but that's saying that Raw was good. Elimination Chamber was good, Raw was good, and SmackDown was great. So we've had 3 nights of good WWE. I feel like it can't last much longer, but we'll see on Monday. We'll see what they do on Monday Night Raw. Also, guys, if any of you managed to catch Talking Smack, I'll talk about that really quickly. Obviously, we've got to announce the Battle Royale for the number 1 contender. AJ Styles comes out at the end, talks to Daniel Bryan. I absolutely love Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack. If you do not watch Talking Smack, watch it just for Daniel Bryan. It always feels completely, I don't know if it is or not, but they do a great job of making it feel completely unscripted, because even the best superstars go on there and sound like idiots. Alexa Bliss was on there, and we know she's great on the mic. She accidentally forgets that the Patriots won the Super Bowl. There was kind of a joke between her and Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan just goes on the attack on the microphone and absolutely rips into her for it, for making that mistake. AJ Styles comes on again. Daniel Bryan just rips into him about everything, and Daniel Bryan does not hold back on talking smack. And like I said, it feels like there's no script. They're just kind of talking and trying to be in character. And Daniel Bryan always looks like he's trying his best to ruin their character. He always looks like he's trying his best to catch them out of their character. But yeah, AJ Styles, fantastic on talking smack, brought the right character. It kind of made it seem like they're developing into that Shane feud, saying he doesn't blame Daniel Bryan for the match he's put in against. He blames the higher authority, referencing Shane McMahon. Obviously, the rumour is AJ versus Shane at WrestleMania. It looks like they are going to go down that route. Not looking forward to seeing that match personally, unless it can develop something out of it. But we'll see where it goes. That was Talking Smack. That was SmackDown. Great show this week. Good WWE all round for the last 3 days. We'll see where it goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check back next Tuesday for my review of Monday Night Raw. As always, do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments section, and if you like, follow me on Twitter @RunderRopes. See you guys next week.